Everyone, my name is Brenna Weissman. I'm a student at Grand Canyon University, and this is my strategic plan for the class LDR 620. I want to thank everyone for being here and speaking with me, especially our department manager, the regional vice president, and also the chief claims officer of the company. I want to thank you all for listening and being very open-minded throughout this presentation. This is going to be a strategic plan for the Hartford Insurance Group, and I do want to start with our mission statement, which is delivering insurance-leading property and casualty insurance, group benefits, and mutual funds to our customers, creating a diverse and inclusive culture for our employees, and also focusing on financial performance for our shareholders by engaging with and serving the communities with which we work and live. For the strategic plan, I did start off with a SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The main strength of the Hartford Insurance Group is appealing to the customers of our core demographic, which are AARP customers. We also do excel in our customer service. Weaknesses is the high turnover rate, especially with our young employees, and knowing whether or not an employee is ready for a promotion, which does put them in a position they're not ready for, making them unhappy, which again does increase that large turnover rate. Opportunities is keeping staff count high for the busier times of the year. And a couple of examples of this is summertime, where there are more people traveling, therefore more accidents, as well as during the times of winter, where attorneys are sending in a lot of demands in order to settle their claims in this, also known as demand season. The main threats of the company are other companies being more well known, having advertisement, catchy jingles, etc., which makes them a household name, and they have higher customers and higher customer service ratings. I do want to put a little side note here that our customer service rating currently is a 4.7 out of 5, which is fantastic, which does go back to that strength of excelling in customer service. The main problem I wanted to focus on throughout this strategic plan is the high turnover rate. This is a very difficult industry, especially in the claims department, and a lot of people are not happy during the times that we do need to speak with them, which does make customer service very difficult, and difficult customer service makes for unhappy employees and that high turnover rate again. The overall goal is that the Hartford be able to remain above the key staffing model by at least 3 employees while reducing the turnover rate to 5 employees per year, all while rewarding the productive employees 2 times per year as opposed to the current 1 time, in order to remain competitive and help ensure those vital employees remain faithful to the company. The strategic map helped us outline the stakeholders, which are the customers, coworkers, team, boss, the executive leadership team, shareholders, as well as prospective customers. The most powerful stakeholder in this is our customers, as they do determine how well our company is doing. The most important goals through each division of the strategy map: the financial goal is to increase productivity and efficiency. Customer service goal is to build and maintain relationships with our customers, which would decrease the cancellations that we have and increase customer service. Our internal business goal is to increase job satisfaction and decrease employees leaving. And learning and growth goal is to build a culture of knowledge sharing between employees. Next up is the action plan. The management strategies that will be implemented throughout this plan are both standing plans and scenario building. The standing plans will be those ongoing plans that will provide consistency, which will help the Hartford Insurance Group be consistent with how they handle the turnover and find the most effective way to reduce it and keep that turnover low. Scenario building will look at the current trends and seeing the future possibilities in order to see where we are and where we want to go in the future. As far as decision making with our leadership team, the classical model will be used. This will be used because the leaders already know where the staffing model should be, so that piece is already there. And all we need now is to know the plan to how we are going to reach our goal, as well as remaining at our goal. This entire plan will impact all business functions. We are an industry that relies heavily on each area of the business in order to be successful. Therefore, all business functions will be impacted and working together. So that way, if one department does have higher turnover rate, it doesn't feed into the other departments and just create a huge snowball effect throughout the process. Collaboration through the different leadership, we will use a business level strategy in order to manage implementation across the business functions. And since all the different functions are involved, it will give everyone a push and a reason to all work towards our goal. Communication is going to be the key aspect in this entire strategy plan. Again, business level strategy will be used as it was just previously mentioned. And working with each line of business is, again, extremely crucial to getting to this goal. As far as communication, we all need to work together in case, new trainings will need to be needed, different figuring out what works in different areas, what doesn't work, so that communication really is key. As far as the channels, upward and downward will both be used. Upward is going to be used because we need to know what is driving those employees to leave the company. So that will mean that the higher leadership team will need to speak with the employees that are a little bit farther down in the ranks, figure out the root of the problem, and see what really does need fixing. And then downward communication will be just telling them how it's going to be fixed, as well as communicating throughout the process of the different levels and the different steps of implementation, trying to figure out whether or not what we're doing is working. In order to evaluate it, it's mostly going to be just speaking with the employees. It's going to be determining what's working, what's not working, what good changes are being made, etc. The specific metrics to be used will be that turnover rate. We're going to want to look at the percentage prior to implementation of this plan, as well as after implementation of this plan. And the main aspect of the plan is just communicating with those employees. The feedback control is going to be used in order to gauge the employees' happiness and help them understand that the leadership team is taking this goal seriously. Our business will not work if we are continually having employees turn over. The business will be most successful when we have those seasoned employees that are there for a long period of time and we're not constantly needing to retrain employees, especially because that is so expensive. So we do need to gauge that happiness and help them understand that we are taking it seriously and taking their needs and desires into consideration. All 4 steps of feedback control are going to be used during and after implementation in order to meet our goal and remain successful in this goal. That is the overall strategic plan in order to reduce the turnover rate. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via phone or email, Skype, any other way of communication I am absolutely open to. And thank you so much for your time and attention.